Gordon and Toby, now friends, were talking to one another. "I loved defeating Eric," puffed Gordon. "What's better is that we're currently friends," Toby added. The two engines laughed. Little did they know another threat was looming. At a yard, Reboot Thomas was plotting an evil scheme with his reboot team. "We've been receiving scorn for a while," puffed Reboot Thomas, "and our classic counterparts will have their turn," he added. All of the Reboot Gang cheered. Reboot Diesel had an idea. "If only we could all get ourselves a pawn in the scheme," ordered oiled Reboot Diesel. "I know just a way," puffed Reboot Thomas. He then decided to use his Mattel machine attached to the back of him. Henry then suddenly appeared out of nowhere. "What am I doing? Why am I here?" he asked. "I brought you here because I will do this," puffed Reboot Thomas. No sooner than expected, he used his Mattel machine to turn Henry blue. "Bring Gordon to me, and let nothing stand in your way," puffed Reboot Thomas. All his henchmen agreed, and they set out to find Gordon. Gordon was angry because he saw the Reboot Gang. "What's your purpose here?" he asked. They then took him to their boss. When they arrived, Gordon got crosser. "You disgraceful being, what do you want with me?" he asked. "Scorn," puffed Reboot Thomas. "Me and the rest of the Reboot Gang were getting hated on. They appreciated you classic trash better," he added. "That does not mean you get to change anything," Gordon continued. "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry," puffed Reboot Thomas. "What happens then?" puffed Gordon as he left. "He's gone! Henry, go and get Gordon back here, or you get melted!" growled Reboot Thomas in rage. Gordon was upset when he arrived and saw Henry. "Henry, this isn't you. Please come to your senses. That maniac called Reboot Thomas wants to reboot you," he added. Henry's original livery then returned. "Thanks, Gordon," he puffed. Gordon told Henry about him and Toby making their peace. "Now that's something," puffed Henry. "Thanks for telling me that story," he puffed. Reboot Thomas was coming up with a new way to get rid of Sodor's current inhabitants. "The plan to get rid of everyone who lives on this island will continue, but we will persist in other ways," added Reboot Thomas. "Any ideas?" "There is one I got," said Reboot Carly. "How about bringing Gordon back here, then we do the rest?" "Excellent idea," chuffed Reboot Thomas. Reboot Thomas then decided to lead the charge. "This can be done," he stated as he and the Reboot Gang went down the line. Gordon was cross when he came face to face with Reboot Thomas and the Reboot Gang. "Oh, you. Time for you, class trash, to leave," puffed Reboot Thomas. "Nobody's going anywhere," added Gordon. "You better leave. Otherwise me, he and my crew will push you into a tanker car," puffed Reboot Thomas. "Reboot Percy and Reboot Diesel, get him," he added. As the two started going near Gordon, he took off. "Let's go and get him," puffed Reboot Thomas. During the chase, Reboot Thomas decided to deliver another insult to Gordon. "You're nothing but garbage, and that's all you'll ever be," he puffed. Gordon then found Toby and decided to tell him about his situation. "Reboot Thomas and his idiot gang are planning to make us into objects of scorn," Gordon added. "Please, help me, because you are an amazing friend." Toby felt as if his side plates would fall off because of Gordon's compliment. "That was the kindest thing I have ever heard," replied Toby. "Let's go get those Reboot losers." Unknown to them, Reboot Thomas heard everything from afar and was enraged. "You idiots want to stop me because you hate me?" puffed Reboot Thomas. "I'm so glad we're going to work together," puffed Toby. "I even brought in some backup," added Gordon. That backup soon came. "We came here to help you both defeat that Reboot trash," puffed Thomas. "That would be the Great Western Way," Duck added. "He will face the short end of the stick for his deplorable doings," Thomas added. "Guys, let's roll out," Gordon puffed. When Gordon, Toby, Thomas, Duck, and Percy arrived, this made Reboot Thomas laugh. "Ha ha 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 ha! Do you really think that's enough to stop me and my plans?" puffed Reboot Thomas. "Nope, and we will destroy your plans," puffed Gordon. "How are you going to do that?" puffed Reboot Thomas. "Like this," puffed Gordon. He then bumped Reboot Thomas and pushed him on. Toby, Duck, Percy, and Thomas helped fend off the Reboot Gang. After Gordon let go of Reboot Thomas, he stopped on a bridge. "You ruined everything," puffed Gordon. "No, you said that about yourself," added Reboot Thomas. Gordon became so enraged, he bumped Reboot Thomas off a cliff. He thought he had defeated Reboot Thomas, but Gordon was wrong. Gordon saw Reboot Thomas reappear. "You big brute! You thought you could defeat me?" I used my Mattel machine to get back up here. It gives you many power. It gives me many powers. I'll still get rid of all you classic trash, even if it takes until next Christmas, he puffed. Gordon thought about something. Since that Mattel machine I've been hearing about gives Reboot Thomas his many powers, and since that machine is about to fall off, it would give me a good opportunity for defeating him, he puffed to himself. I think that destroying the Mattel machine is the only thing to get rid of the Reboot Gang and Reboot Thomas, Gordon said to himself. Gordon then gave Reboot Thomas a bump, causing the Mattel machine to fall off Reboot Thomas. My Mattel machine! Puffed Reboot Thomas as it fell off the cliff and it got destroyed at the bottom. No! Gordon reversed a few feet, then stopped. Nurg! Groaned Reboot Thomas. Nurg! Arrgh! Screamed Reboot Thomas as Gordon saw what was going on. Narg! Gordon was happy after hearing the poofing sound. Some dust fell down the bridge as a result. Reboot Thomas is dead. Reboot Thomas is dead, Gordon remarked. When Gordon returned, he saw that there were piles of ash on the line. How did this pile get here? He asked. When the Reboot Gang were about to blow us up with tankers, we shoved them into a power box, and the resulting explosion turned them into the pile you see, puffed Duck. They then decided to leave the area, knowing that they had succeeded in getting rid of Reboot Thomas and his Reboot Gang. Gordon and Toby felt another success had occurred. That was awesome, puffed Gordon. Toby agreed. Reboot Thomas had it coming, he said. Then he and Gordon laughed. Ronald decided to pick up anything that was left of Eric's remains after they were scrapped, including his mind. He then delivered them to Sodor Labs, which is a plant-based facility located on the outskirts of Wellsworth. A group of 4 kinetic scientists were interested with the project with part of Eric's remains. "What shall we do with these?" asked the second kinetic scientist. How about we rebuild using those into an LMS Patriot from the rails up, replied the third kinetic scientist. "I have an idea," said the kinetic scientist with a wheelbarrow. After he explained it to his workmates, they agreed. Ronald then coupled up to Rupert, who had the still living mind of Eric, and took him away. After Ronald left, Rupert met 2 other engines named Stuart, an Austerity tank engine, and a Terry and LNER 9N. "We all want someone to work for," puffed Jackson. "Yes, but who?" added Rupert.